Dear students, welcome to our class of the subject Water Security. Today we will be doing the third lesson of Unit 2, Concept of Water Conservation. You know very well that if there is no water, there is no life. Now, we get water basically due to rains. The water that falls during the rainy season naturally seeps into the soil. Some of it is stored as surface water. In addition, some of this water evaporates, some is used directly by some plants, and the rest is carried away in the form of runoff, that is, the water stream of flowing water over the surface. Did you know that 97% of all water on earth is salt water that is not suitable for drinking? Only 3% of water in earth is fresh water. Only 0.5% is available for drinking. The other 2.5% of fresh water is found in glaciers, ice caps, the atmosphere, soil, or under the earth's surface, or is too polluted for consumption. Now, this shows a great concern for us to conserve water. Water conservation is basically the use of man-made measures to block, store, and intake the rainwater in an area by constructing various structures and allowing it to be used for drinking, consumption, industry, and agriculture until the next monsoon.
Conservation of water. Alex is on a cruise. He drinks some water and tries to throw the remaining water into the sea. The ship's captain stops Alex from doing so and tells him that we should not waste water as it is very precious. Alex gets confused and comments that if there is so much of water available in the sea, then why do we say that water is precious? Though there is a lot of water on the earth's surface, most of this water is in oceans, which is salty. So, it is not suitable for drinking and other domestic, agricultural and industrial purposes. Whereas water which can be utilized for these purposes is found in rivers, ponds, lakes and underground. These water resources are called freshwater resources. They usually get replenished by rainfall. However, the distribution of water in India is quite uneven. This is because some regions of our country have excessive rains while others have moderate rains, whereas some parts get very less or no rainfall at all. Therefore, we must not waste water or pollute our lakes and rivers. Rainwater harvesting is one of the methods of conservation of water. Similarly, lakes and johads are dug to collect the rainwater. Also, some water from lakes seeps into the ground to reach wells and bauli, that is, step wells. Here people go down the steps to fetch water instead of drawing it up with a rope. Hence they are called step wells. For agricultural purposes, drip irrigation system is used to deliver water directly to the roots of the crops. Moreover, government plays an important role in conservation of water by constructing dams to help avoid floods and to generate electricity. Captain then tells Alex that every individual can contribute towards the conservation of water by adopting some simple measures like turning off the taps when not in use, repairing leaking taps and pipes, using sprinklers for watering plants, using water from a bucket to wash our cars, bikes, etc.
Rainwater harvesting. India, which is home to 16% of the world's total population, has access to only 4% of the world's total water resources to fulfill its water needs. This limited supply could easily deplete further or be made unusable by overutilization and population. Therefore, the need of the hour is water conservation, or what is referred to as water harvesting. Water harvesting encompasses all the different methods of conserving and collecting rainwater. One such method is rainwater harvesting, and another is recharging groundwater. Rainwater harvesting involves either collecting the rainwater directly or recharging it to the ground to improve groundwater storage. And how does rainwater harvesting benefit us? It raises the groundwater level, checks rainwater flow, which prevents soil erosion, prevents rainwater pollution, and helps meet water demands during the dry season. And all of this can be accomplished with nothing more than house rooftops to collect the water and small PVC pipes to channelize the water into underground pits and sumps. Recharging groundwater is the modern version of rainwater harvesting. In this, pits, trenches and dug wells are constructed to collect water. The collected water then feeds and raises the level of groundwater. Did you know that rainwater harvesting is an ancient Indian tradition dating back to 4500 BC? Yes, in fact, it has been practiced for hundreds of years in Assam, Karnataka, Gujarat and Rajasthan. This ancient tradition was given a much needed impetus by the Government of India with the formulation of the National Water Policy, a policy that provides for the optimum and judicious utilization, management and conservation of India's water resources. The aim of this policy is to link river basins and then transfer water from one basin to another for the optimum use of the available water. The National Water Policy also exhorts the general public to assist the government in its mission to conserve water so as to minimize our water woes.
The forts of Maharashtra provide valuable lessons in water harvesting and conservation. A classic example of the ancient ingenuity in designing water harvesting structures to meet the needs of people living in hilly and mountainous areas is the techniques used in ancient hill forts of Maharashtra. Every hill fort functioned as an independent town where everything from groceries to armor was available in sufficient amount to sustain in times of an attack by the enemy. Similarly, water too needed to be stored efficiently, considering the impracticality of carrying water to the fort on the hills for the daily needs of the people. A number of structures such as groundwater tanks, reservoirs, cisterns and artificial lakes were constructed on these forts. The hill fort of Sinhagad in Pune has many water tanks built within its structure. These are actually rock-cut cisterns called taki or tanks that accumulate or store rainwater. A total of 48 such tanks can be seen in the fort. These tanks store water for 4 to 6 months following the rainy season. The tall fort of Rajgarh, the first capital of the Maratha kingdom, considered the most unapproachable, had facilities to store large amounts of water. 2 big lakes or talavs and around 39 rock-cut cisterns have been found in the fort. Using this principle, fresh water was provided by water conservation and management even on marine forts. Well, That's all students for this class. Thank you.